This is a review for the quiz that you will be taking tomorrow. First, we're going to review what a function is. Remember, a function has every input has exactly one output. So, if you're given these points, notice that if I asked you what is the output for 2, you could tell me it's 3. If I asked you what the output for 3 is, you would say 4. If I asked you the output for 4, you would say 3. And if I asked you the output for -2, you could say 4. Notice every input had exactly one answer or output. So yes, this is a function. If I add 3, 2 to the mix, then we no longer have a function, because if I say if my input is 3, what is my output? You would be able to say 4 and 2. So if you have to kind of use the word and in your answer, then you do not have a function. Next, we're going to review function notation. Remember, function notation has an f of x in it, and it's no different than an equation, with the exception instead of y, we have f of x. So the function of x is 3x plus 5, find f of 4. That's just saying x is 4. So you substitute 4 into the equation, and you get f of 4 equals 17. That means when the input is 4, the output is 17. When the input is 4, the function of this equation gives you an output of 17. We have done a lot of writing functions from graphs, but remember, this is no different than what we did when we wrote equations of lines. You could write it in y equals mx plus b or slope-intercept form. You can also use point-slope form. Remember, with point-slope, if you have 2 points, you just find the slope, and then you use one of those points for y sub 1 and x sub 1 to write your equation. The only difference between this and function notation is, again, the variable that we used. In this case, instead of y, we would use f of x equals mx plus b, or f of x equals y sub 1 plus m times the quantity of x minus x sub 1. So now we're writing recursive formulas. Recursive formulas are no different than writing an equation of a line or a situation. So if you are given, for a sequence created by add 5 each time to a sequence beginning with 6, we would think of 5 as our slope and 6 as our y-intercept, and write the function notation f of x equals 5x plus 6. This can be done with a variety of situations, including a constant multiplier, and also with patterns or pictures. So if you're adding 2 blocks each time, your slope would be 2, and your y-intercept would be whatever number of blocks you start with. Next, you're going to have to explain function graphs. We've been doing a lot of this. We did it with the motion detectors, we did it with the volleyball game and the number of deer and all the different ones you described in Investigation 8.5. So you're going to have to tell me things like it's increasing, it's decreasing. The rate of change is constant, the rate of change is varying. It's varying from slow to fast or fast to slow. Just like we did in class with the Investigation 8.5. You are also going to have to choose an appropriate domain. So you can't have negative people at a volleyball game. Or you can have fractions of an hour, or you can have negative deers or parts of deer for your range. So that you have to just pick something that sounds reasonable, that makes sense for the situation. Then we're going to apply functions. So, for example, if a sweater costs $50 and is on sale for 40% off, what will you pay? Remember, there is a 6% sales tax. In this situation, you are saving 40%, so you are actually spending 60%. And with the sales tax, remember, you pay for the whole sweater 100% plus 6% more. And we would write this as f of x equals 1.06, which is the 100% of the price plus 6% more, times 0.60, because you're paying for 60% of the sweater, times $50, the original price of the sweater. You could also multiply the 1.06 by the 0.60, and you will get 0.636, which is 63.6% of the original price is what you're actually paying. And this is how you could then enter it in your calculator to determine the actual cost of the sweater. And this would be exactly what you would pay with sales tax and everything included. Okay. If you have any questions or concerns about this, please email me. I'll be checking my email Wednesday night to see if you have any further questions. Otherwise, good luck on your test tomorrow quiz. Remember, you cannot retake this quiz because the grading period is ending.